Column, right. All good. Mark time. March. All good. Halt. Left. Face. Order. Colors. Right. Face.
Rest to the right.
Mark. Mark.
They should have realized the microphone was on the other side.
Front horses. Left. Face. Hey. Bogard, one step forward.
I'm now going to ask the President General of the National Society of the Sons of the American Revolution, Davis Wright, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Bogard, present colors.
Please join with me. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We will now have Krista Hastings sing the national anthems of the United States of America and of Great Britain.
The twilight that gleams
Call guard. Order. Colors. Order. Firelocks. Return. Sabers.
Thank you, Miss Hastings.
Stand at ease.
I would now like to introduce our distinguished guests from their various organizations. First, Mark Texel, Administrator, the New Jersey State Historic Sites and Parks.
Good morning. On behalf of the Department of Environmental Protection's State Parks, Forests, and Historic Sites, I'm truly honored to be here today to commemorate the 247th anniversary of this epic battle. Thank you to all the retired and active servicemen and women here today who remind us of the price of liberty and freedom. Those who fell on this battlefield, who paid the ultimate price of sacrifice on January the 3rd, 1777. May we always remember their service. God bless America, and God save the King. Thank you.
To bring greetings, once again, past President General, National Society, Sons of the American Revolution, Davis Lee Wright.
Good afternoon. I'm honored to bring greetings from President General John Dodd of our California Society to today's event. This is a wonderful event that has been put on that we as the Sons of the American Revolution are honored to help support and to be here. Many of our members have ancestors who fought on these fields 247 years ago, and it's a great pleasure to be here today to honor them and the momentous 10 Crucial Days campaign. Thank you.
I would like to recognize some other national officers. If you would just step forward and make yourself known. From Athens, Georgia, Color Guard Commander Kenneth Scott Collins. National Society, Sons of the American Revolution. Robert C. Meyer, National Society, Sons of the American Revolution Color Guard, Vice Commander and President of the New Jersey Society, Sons of the American Revolution. Brent Osborne, National Society, Color Guard Safety Officer, Sons of the American Revolution. Colonel James Wood, the second chapter, from the Virginia Society, Sons of the American Revolution. Is Christopher Lee with the here? Okay. From Crossroads National Heritage Area, from Crossroads National Heritage Area, Executive Director Carrie Fellows.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of Crossroads of the American Revolution National Heritage Area, as well as Revolution NJ, we honor the individuals from both armies engaged in the Civil War who fought and died for their ideals and to maintain their way of life. May our nations never be in conflict again, and may these good men be remembered always for their sacrifice.
Ben Strong, from the President of the Sons of the Revolution in the New Jersey Society. Ned Reinhardt, New Jersey Governor of the Order of Founders and Patriots of New Jersey. Leonard Vanderhorn, Grand Master, Most Worshipful, from the Grand Lodge, the most ancient and honorable society of the free and accepted Masons of the state of New Jersey.
Good morning. I'm proud to represent the nearly 14,000 Freemasons within the state of New Jersey. And we hold a special place in our heart for all of the men and women who serve this nation and for all of the veterans, past, present, and future. Commander-in-Chief George Washington was a renowned Freemason, and his portrait hangs within the walls of every lodge within the state of New Jersey. And we as Freemasons honor all of those serving our country. Thank you.
Gerald Henderson, the Vice President of the New Jersey Society, the Sons of the Society of the Cincinnati. From the National Washington Rochambeau Revolutionary Route Association, Board Directors Brad Fay and Julie Didell. Ken McKeever, Deputy Governor of the Mayflower Society. Oh, right. Rosemary Kelly, Regent, Princeton Chapter, New Jersey Society, Daughters of the American Revolution. Victoria Flick, Senior State President, Children of the American Revolution. Arthur Maggs, President of the Fort Dix Chapter, former Command Sergeant Major retired of the Association of the United States Army. Recognizing Jay Hershey, Color Guard Commander, New Jersey Society, Sons of the American Revolution. Fred Fonseca, Color Guard Commander, Pennsylvania Society, Sons of the American Revolution. Jonathan McLean, Color Guard Commander, New Jersey Society, Sons of the Revolution. Paul Larson, Chair, New Jersey Lafayette Bicentennial Committee of the American Friends of Lafayette. I would now like to introduce to all of you the senior officers of our legacy units who have traveled from far to join us for this commemoration. From the 1st Battalion, 111th Infantry Regiment, Legacy Unit of the Philadelphia Associators, Battalion Commander Lieutenant Colonel David Fittipaldi could not join us today, but he sends his greetings. From the 103rd Engineer Battalion of the Philadelphia National Guard, known as the Dandy First, Legacy Unit of the Philadelphia Artillery Battalion, Command Sergeant Major Kevin Rowland. From the 1st Battalion, 175th Infantry Regiment, known as the 5th Maryland, Legacy Unit of Smallwoods, Maryland Regiment, Command Sergeant Major Eric Saxton. 1st Battalion, 5th Field Artillery, known as Hamilton's Own, Legacy Unit of the New York Provincial Company of Artillery, Lieutenant Colonel Alex Aquino. From the New Jersey Militia, Staff Sergeant Andrew Walker. From the Royal Lancers of the British Army, also known as Queen Elizabeth's Own, the Legacy Unit of the 16th Regiment of Light Dragoons, also known as Burgoyne's Light Horse. Senior officer is Lieutenant Samuel Williams, and with him is Sergeant Thomas Ed. From Troop A, 1st Squadron, 104th Cavalry, 2nd Brigade, Combat Team, 28th Infantry Division, Pennsylvania Army National Guard, Legacy Unit, the 1st Troop, Philadelphia City Cavalry, also known as the Philadelphia Light Horse, Cornet Alex Morris. From the United States Marine Corps Legacy Unit of Samuel Nichols Battalion of Continental Marines, Senior Officer, Lieutenant Colonel Stuart Lockhart. 3rd Battalion, 112th Field Artillery, New Jersey National Guard, Lieutenant Colonel David Eckenrode. So why are we here? We are here because of what happened here was the culmination of what signifies a new beginning. 247 years ago, Washington crossed the Delaware in one last effort to reverse what most had come to believe was a hopeless cause. What started with the shot heard around the world was all but lost. New York, Rhode Island, and the Jerseys were occupied by the Crown troops. Congressional forces had diminished from 20,000 in August to fewer than 6,000. Enlistments were over at the end of the month. Second in command, Charles Lee, captured on December 13th. Morale amongst erstwhile revolutionaries is low. Civilians are accepting offers of amnesty for pledging loyalty to the Crown. Militia is not turning out in numbers Washington had hoped. Supplies are completely depleted. Third in command, General Horatio Gates is lobbying Congress to replace Washington. Congress has evacuated Philadelphia for fear of being overrun. Indeed, these were the times that tried men's souls. Desperate but not undone, Washington was determined not to change history. He simply saw an opportunity before him. But in succeeding in this endeavor, the history of humankind was to change. In these 10 crucial days, with resolve, determination, commitment, and grit, Washington and his men defined what has now become called the American spirit. We, the descendants of the spirit of '76, still have rivers to cross, but let us take our example from what happened after that revolution that lasted 8 more years. On June 1st, 1785, a mere 12 months and 20 days after the Treaty of Paris took effect, John Adams was graciously welcomed to the court of St. James by His Majesty George III. A new ambassador to this fledgling eaglet of a nation promised the king to do all he could to, quote, restore friendship and cordiality to a people who, though separated by ocean under different governments, have the same language, a similar religion, and a kindred blood, to which the king agreed to, quote, receive with pleasure the assurances and the friendly dispositions of the United States. We stand at this hallowed ground, where across these fields, in the early light of January 3rd, 1777, American boys and their brothers from Mother England fought a furious and violent battle. Some of those who were killed that morning were laid to rest in a common grave near this site, right behind the colonnade. This memorial grove is the tomb of those unknown soldiers. Our mutual legacy is not war, but the understanding and embrace of kinship between warring peoples. In 1917, now allies, as America and Britain fought side by side in the war to end all wars. Alfred Noyes, the celebrated British poet, a pacifist, and professor of English literature at Princeton University, wrote a tribute to the boys who died here that morning, simply called Princeton. As a member of the Sons of the American Revolution, I would like to introduce my compatriot sister and the Daughters of the American Revolution, Regent Rosemary Kelly, who will read some stanzas of that tribute.
Here, freedom stood by, slaughtered, friend and foe, and ere the wrath paled or the sunset died, looked through the ages, and then, with eyes aglow, laid them to wait that future, side by side.
Thank you, Rosemary. I would like to now ask President General Davis Wright and Victoria Flick, the Children of the American Revolution, to present the wreath from the Sons of the American Revolution, the Daughters of the American Revolution, the Society of the Cincinnati, and the Sons of the American Revolution. Next, the wreath will be presented by the Masons. Gentlemen. I would now call for a moment of silence. Thank you. Our benediction will be offered by Father Brian Nguyen.
Gracious God, I ask you to bless our patriots here once again and for the departed. Pour to all the blessings of the great soldiers, the captains Stanley Knox, Thomas Rotman. Once again, let's pray our Father together. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed
Be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom.
May Almighty God bless you, the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
The colors will be retired in place. And I want to thank you all for joining us here at the colonnade at Princeton Battlefield. Thank you, everybody.